Gives you so much raw masculine energy that the majority of men these days never tap into, never get to experience. What's going on, everyone? In this video I want to tell you the benefits of experience on my 5-month semen retention streak. It's about 5 months, maybe a bit shorter, maybe a bit longer. I'm honest, I'm not even counting anymore because it's just so natural now, right? Just a little backstory, real quick summarized story. I've been on this journey for 5 years now. I'm 24 now. I realized the power of nofap and semen retention when I was 19. I also quit the dirty websites at 19. I've never watched any of those videos ever again. And yeah, back in the day, I've done several 4 months, 5-month streaks as well, many 2-week streaks. And I've just always been kind of on this journey. But this time it's different, and I'm going to tell you why. Just everything summarized. 5 months in, I feel absolutely wonderful. I feel amazing. And the reason I feel so good now, and the last time I did a 5 and 4 month streak, I didn't feel good. I just felt very numb, I remember. And I felt very dull and very kind of depressed and low energy. And the reason I felt like that is because I still gave my sexual thoughts energy. And I was still lusting in my mind with sexual thoughts. I was still lusting and fantasizing and giving the sexual ideas energy. That will drive you nuts and that will drain you when you're on semen retention. So this is something I've done a lot different now this time. I've consciously chosen that whenever a lustful thought is coming up, I don't give it attention. I use that energy, that lust, to give attention to the divine, to give attention to my goals, to give attention to something I want to create, something I want to do. And when I feel that arousal within myself, in my lower body, in my balls, I breathe it upwards by contracting my pelvic floor, breathing it upward through my spine on the back, all the way up to my crown, and I feel the energy, and I do this for a few times. It's called the microcosmic orbit. So that is just a little trick I use to control these crazy arousals you sometimes just get on semen retention. So a real summary, all the benefits I've experienced so far, and I've also experienced back in the day, but now just for a permanent amount of time. It's endless, guys. It is absolutely endless. And I'm truly convinced that this practice just gives you so much vitality, gives you so much raw masculine energy that the majority of men these days never tap into, never get to experience. It feels as if you have a primal masculine energy. And one thing I just feel is that you just feel like a man. You feel like just a raw masculine man at some point, right? Social anxiety pretty much disappears. It disappears because you start to see a woman as just a woman. If you're constantly watching these dirty websites, you become so lustful, you become so dependent on that ejaculation, on that release, that every time you see a woman, that's the first thing you think about, and that's why you're so scared to talk to her. And you combine that with releasing your masculine essence, which in and of itself is of high value, is high energy. It takes your body a lot of blood and so much freaking energy to create your semen. And if you do this even several times a week and daily, it's going to be insane. You're going to feel no vitality and masculine energy within yourself. You're going to feel empty and drained. And everyone can feel that. You're going to be living and vibrating from a lower state of consciousness, from a more lustful state of consciousness. And it's very hard to see your own value when you're constantly releasing, because guess what? Your semen as a man on a biological basis is the most valuable thing you carry. It can create a child. This is the main reason your body does everything it does. From a primal perspective, the masculine energy, when you feel masculine energy, you want to build, you want to hunt, you want to fight, you want to lift weights. You want to talk to women as well. So this is another benefit I experienced. Just speaking to a woman, just being around feminine energy feels so fulfilling. It's like, wow, just speaking to a beautiful feminine woman is so beautiful in and of itself and will give you so much fulfillment throughout the day. You start to enjoy flirting a lot more and just being in the zone with the girl. Instead of just wanting to go to bed to her for that 10-second ejaculation, that just drains you more. Next to that, you walk straight. You walk straight up. You walk with your face forwards. You can look people in the eye. A lot of energy. I feel as if my testosterone increased. I'm just saying this based on how I feel. Maybe it hasn't. Studies out there do say that it does increase after 2 weeks. I'm not sure about permanent testosterone increase, but I do feel like literally everything in my body is screaming testosterone. The way I feel, the way I act, the way I feel within myself, everything. It's an amazing feeling, man. It's an amazing feeling because you feel energized, you feel driven and ambitious. All these things come with semen retention, but the important thing, guys, is that you do not give your sexual thoughts energy, because you can be on it. But if you give that attention, you're gonna go crazy. All the energy is gonna get stuck in your balls and you're gonna feel irritated, depressed, and empty within yourself. So that's something you should really avoid, especially when you go on these longer streaks. That's something you really want to avoid. And yeah, something else I experience is social magnetism. You become magnetic. People want to be around you more, right? People say hi to you, right? When I go to the gym, everyone says hi to me, and I say hi to people. You just become very social, because there's no social anxiety. You can talk to anyone. It's not a problem. Social anxiety becomes something of the past. You don't understand how you could be socially anxious. It becomes a weird thing at some point. You felt any anxiety when speaking to someone. Now, when I walk up to a pretty girl, I might still feel some, but it's natural. It's normal to feel. You actually feel a bit excited, right? And then you realize that the girl as well feels a bit anxious and excited when you talk to her, but that is the beauty. That's the sexual tension you start to create. So next to that, you will create more sexual tension, because when you get so much in that masculine energy within yourself, a feminine woman is going to be very attracted to that. And because there is polarity, you create sexual attraction, right? Sexual attraction is a byproduct of polarity, feminine, masculine energy. If the polarity is good, if there's a lot of polarity, a lot of sexual attraction. If there's no polarity, no sexual attraction. That's why it's so important that there is a polarity if you want to create any of that. So another benefit here, this is a huge one, more spiritual benefit. You feel more connected to God, and you get more mystical and spiritual experiences. You start to realize things that used to be outside your awareness back in the day because you were numbing yourself with these low vibrational activities, and you become healthier. You start to think about things in a new way, and you feel way more connected to your path and your purpose. You just kind of know what to do. You know you're on the right path. It's easier to get a clear vision, right? And to really just think, you know what, this is not for me, I'm going to do something else. You're able to take more action as well. And one huge benefit, and this summarizes everything, is that you just feel an inner strength within yourself. There is a strength you carry within yourself when you're on a streak like this. There's more energy. Your body is full of this energy at some point, man, full of the sexual energy. People feel it, and you will feel it, and you will feel it as a natural strength within yourself. It's very hard to feel shame and guilt when you're not busting nuts. When you're busting nuts, it's very easy. I remember back in the day as well. But at a point I thought, you know what? 2-week streaks, that's the way. That's the way. That's the best way to go about it. But I remember when I even did that, I felt a lot more shame and a lot more guilt on a day-to-day basis. And then we got into this negative spiral of, oh no, oh, I suck, everything. But that doesn't happen anymore. It has never happened on this streak, never ever. I just feel good every day. Now, I still struggle with things, of course I do. But the shame and the guilt and all those lower vibrations, they start to disappear completely. And you can see yourself from a higher perspective, and you can see yourself as a more valuable person. You start to see your own value. You start to appreciate your own value. And because you start to see that own value, everyone will notice that. But that's just a natural byproduct of retaining your semen. And I'm not saying it's going to be life-changing for everyone. It's a long journey. But everything summarized, I feel as if when you hop on semen retention, you just accelerate your process of maturity and becoming the person you are supposed to be deep down inside. You just get a clear vision of what you can actually be, how far you can kick it. And I realized when I was numbing myself with those dirty websites, you don't see that. You're numbed out. You don't even know what it feels like to look clearly. So those are some of the benefits I've experienced so far on this 5-month streak. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and yeah, see you guys later.